Hello Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 6. Fuzzy had a way of making the hardest game look easy, and of making everyone around him smile, said a fellow pro, remembering the man who brought life and laughter to the fairways. Fuzzy Zoeller, the larger-than-life figure who lit up the world of golf with both his swing and his spirit, has passed away at the age of 74. He died peacefully, surrounded by family after a brief illness. Known for his infectious charm and quick wit, Fuzzy wasn't just a player, he was a presence. Fans remember him waving to the crowd with a grin, never far from a light-hearted quip, even in the heat of competition. He made headlines in 1979 by winning the Masters in his very first appearance, a rare and remarkable feat matched by only a handful in golf history. His second major win came at the US Open in 1984, sealed in a gripping playoff. In total, he secured 10 PGA Tour victories and earned respect for both his talent and sportsmanship. Beyond the trophies, Fuzzy brought joy to a sport often wrapped in silence and seriousness. His down-home roots from Indiana and warm, approachable nature made him a fan favorite. He played in the Ryder Cup and was honored with the Bob Jones Award, celebrating his character and contributions to golf. In later years, his name became linked with controversy after a remark made about Tiger Woods. Fuzzy acknowledged the mistake, calling it a joke that went bad. He showed remorse and weathered the public fallout, a reminder that even bright careers can carry shadows. Yet many chose to remember the full arc of his story, one of triumph, humility, and growth. Zoeller's legacy is layered. He was a champion, an entertainer, and a man who wore both his victories and regrets with an open heart. His impact on the game and the people who loved him remains. He leaves behind a family who stood by him, fans who cheered for him, and friends who laughed with him till the end. Tributes to Fuzzy Zoeller. Number 5. Tradition is not the worship of ashes but the preservation of fire. Robert A.M. Stern lived by that belief, building a career that honored the past while boldly shaping the future. At 85, Robert passed away peacefully after a brief illness. An architect, teacher, and storyteller, he transformed skylines and campuses across the world with timeless grace. His work blended classic American styles with modern sensibility. From elegant university halls to iconic residential towers, his buildings felt both familiar and fresh. He brought warmth to stone and meaning to every detail. Robert served as the dean of the Yale School of Architecture for over a decade. His influence helped shape generations of architects, not just through lectures, but through mentorship and unwavering dedication. He believed architecture could uplift lives. His designs are found in cities like New York, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C., each standing as a quiet statement of harmony and endurance. One of his most recognized achievements was designing high-rise luxury apartments that balanced elegance and community. Beyond the blueprints, Robert was a gifted communicator. He authored several books, delving into the history of modern architecture and the essence of American design. His deep knowledge was only matched by his passion for preserving architectural heritage. A colleague once said, "When Robert spoke about a doorway or cornice, it was like hearing someone talk about an old friend. He didn't just design buildings, he cared for them. Even in the most modern settings, His buildings recalled craftsmanship and civility. He gave cities a sense of identity, history, and hope. Robert's passing is a great loss not just for architecture, but for everyone who values thoughtful design. His legacy lives on in the generations he taught, the buildings we walk past, and the spaces that quietly shape our everyday lives. He is survived by his family and countless students and colleagues who admired both his brilliance and his kindness. Tributes to Robert A.M. Stern. Number 4. Ann-Margaret never forgot where she came from, and she never let us forget who we're fighting for. These words, shared by a colleague in the Massachusetts State House, capture the heart of Ann-Margaret Ferrante's life. A proud daughter of Gloucester, she carried the spirit of her fishing hometown into every chamber she entered. She wasn't just a policymaker, she was a fighter for working families, coastal communities, and small businesses across Cape Ann. Ann-Margaret passed away at the age of 53 after a courageous battle with pancreatic cancer. Yet how she lived overshadows how she left us. From her early days helping fishermen navigate legal challenges to the halls of Harvard's Kennedy School, Ferrante blazed a path grounded in service. Elected to the Massachusetts House of Representatives in 2008, she served 9 terms with honesty and impact. She led efforts that changed lives. Her work on fisheries reform gave hope to generations of fishermen struggling under tough regulations. She championed emerging fields like marine biotech and vocational training to prepare her district for the future, not just the past. As vice chair of the powerful House Committee on Ways and Means, she helped shape state budgets. Her leadership in the Tech Hub Caucus and the Life Sciences Caucus linked Cape Ann to statewide innovation. She saw economic development not as abstract policy, but as a promise to her neighbors. And she didn't stop there. Ann-Margaret pushed for cultural investment, bringing arts and tourism projects that revitalized Gloucester and Rockport. Local galleries, small theaters, and historic districts flourished because she fought for them. Even in her final year, as she battled illness, she remained active in legislative duties. That unwavering commitment defined her. Ferrante believed public office was not a title but a job, to listen, to serve, and to act. As a lawyer, legislator, and native daughter, Ann-Margaret Ferrante gave Cape Ann her all. She will be remembered for her honesty, her heart, and her tireless devotion to the people she represented. In a world of politics, she chose public service. In a life cut short, she still gave more than most could in twice the time. Tributes to Ann-Margaret Ferrante. Number 3. Those who fall and rise again have the deepest stories to tell. Few lived that truth more fully than Ingrid van Bergen, a woman whose art, life, and strength captivated generations. She passed away peacefully at the age of 94 in Eindorf, Lower Saxony. The cause, advanced age and related health complications. But her story transcends the ending. Ingrid's screen presence was powerful and unforgettable. With over 200 roles in film and television, she shaped post-war German cinema during its golden years. She portrayed women who were fierce, fragile and always fascinating. Roles in Escape from East Berlin, Roses for the Prosecutor, and numerous classics that still resonate. Her husky voice became a signature. She also lent it to international stars like Rita Moreno and Shelley Winters in German-dubbed versions, creating connections across cultures and generations. Colleagues remember her not just for her talent, but for her fire. Ingrid had seen life's bright days and darkest nights. After personal tragedy in the late 70s led to her imprisonment, many counted her out. But Ingrid chose to rise. She returned to the stage, to the screen, and ultimately into the hearts of a new audience. In 2009, she surprised many by winning a national reality show at 77, reclaiming the spotlight with grace and humor. Jungle Queen Ingrid Y, they called her. Not for show, but because she'd lived through storms and still knew how to smile. Beyond acting, Ingrid was a devoted animal lover. Her final years were spent peacefully on a farm in Lüneburg Heath, surrounded by creatures she had rescued and a few close companions who shared her kindness and quiet strength. Fellow actor and friend Dieter Hallervorden once said, "Ingrid had more lives than a cat and gave every one of them to her craft and her causes. Her resilience remains a lesson, her performances, a gift, and her life, proof that beauty can exist right next to the mess of being human." Tributes to Ingrid van Bergen. Number 2. Where were the Germans? But frankly, who cares? Those unforgettable words from the 1988 Olympic final captured a moment, and a man, that inspired a nation. Imran Sherwani, who scored twice in that famous gold medal victory for Great Britain, passed away at age 63 after living courageously with early-onset Alzheimer's. He was not only a star on the hockey field, but someone whose strength and grace off it made him unforgettable. He rose from humble beginnings in Stoke-on-Trent, shaped by a sports-loving family. Imran's father once played hockey for Pakistan, and sporting ambition ran in his blood. But talent wasn't all he had, something his early transition from police work to running a newsagent showed. He wanted to pursue his dream fully, and he did. Scoring 8 times in his first 8 matches for England, Imran announced himself as a world-class winger. Then came the setback. A knee injury dashed his Olympic hopes in 1984. But Imran returned stronger, hungrier, and in soul, he made history. 2 goals in the final, gold medal for his country, a legacy etched not just on the score sheet, but in British sports history. He earned 49 caps for England and 45 for Great Britain. Silver medals at the 1986 World Cup and 1987 European Cup proved his consistency at the highest level. Even after retiring, hockey was still his passion. He coached young players, guided teams, and gave back to the sport he loved. At Cannock Hockey Club and Denstone College, he shaped not just athletes, but people. After being diagnosed with Alzheimer's at just 57, Imran used his voice to raise awareness. Campaigns like Orange for Imran and emotional marathon runs by his children raised tens of thousands for Alzheimer's research, continuing his lifelong drive to help others. Those who knew him speak of a man grounded in kindness and unwavering loyalty. "Just a fabulous guy on and off the pitch," said teammate Norman Hughes. England hockey called him a true icon, whose humility and leadership inspired generations. Imran Sherwani's story is one of perseverance, pride, and profound generosity. He leaves behind his loving wife Louise, 3 sons, grandchildren, and a nation grateful for all he gave. Tributes to Imran Sherwani. What's trending on the internet? News 1. You know, sometimes the biggest struggles happen right in front of us, and we don't even realize what someone is going through. Well, that's exactly what happened with Jenny McCarthy, the beloved host and entertainer we all know from The Masked Singer. Recently, Jenny opened up about a really tough year she's been facing. It all started with what should have been a routine dental implant procedure, but things took an unexpected turn. That one procedure led to a serious bone infection in her jaw, and then one infection after another kept coming back. To fight these infections, Jenny underwent 9 surgeries on her mouth throughout the year. She's been on antibiotics for 12 months straight, and because of all the pain and healing involved, she's only been able to eat soft foods. Can you imagine that? On top of everything, she developed some growths on her eyeballs that added to her health challenges. Through it all, Jenny stayed determined. She's been dealing with massive pain and jaw swelling, but she never let it stop her spirit. And here's the really encouraging part. As of recently, Jenny is finally able to chew again. She's turning a corner and feeling optimistic about her recovery. Jenny recently shared that she's excited to enjoy a normal Thanksgiving with her husband, Donnie Wahlberg, just cooking at home and spending quality time together. That's what it's really all about, isn't it? Her resilience and positive attitude through such a difficult health journey is truly inspiring to all of us watching. News 2. A community in Cornwall is coming together with compassion and support following the loss of 5-year-old Amber Milnes, who passed away in April 2023 after a rare and unexpected complication days after a routine tonsil and adenoid surgery. Authorities emphasize that the condition involved was extremely uncommon, and her case has already inspired meaningful improvements in pediatric care. During a recent inquest, officials confirmed that Amber, who also lived with cyclic vomiting syndrome, experienced a complication described as known but very rare. Medical experts noted that while the situation was unpredictable, her story has prompted hospitals to strengthen guidelines for monitoring young patients after similar procedures. Amber's parents lovingly described her as their magical little princess and the happiest little girl, and their words have moved many across the region. Their advocacy during the inquest has already helped healthcare teams refine safety protocols. Royal Cornwall Hospital has since introduced updated recovery guidelines for children with sleep apnea and conditions like CVS, aiming to ensure families receive even clearer support and follow-up care. Hospital leaders expressed their deepest sympathies and reaffirmed their commitment to learning from the tragedy. They also highlighted the increased training and awareness programs now in place to help prevent similar incidents in the future. Amber's memory continues to inspire positive change, strengthening the systems designed to protect children and support families during medical care. News 3. Jessie J's heartfelt performance honors her journey. Singer Jessie J took the stage in London on Thursday with an incredibly moving performance, debuting deeply personal new songs from her album, Don't Tease Me With a Good Time. The 37-year-old artist got emotional while performing her new track Comes in Waves, which honors a deeply significant milestone in her life. Jessie shared with the audience that Thursday marked 4 years since she experienced a devastating miscarriage. She had decided to start her family as a single mother, but during her 3rd prenatal scan, she learned there was no longer a heartbeat. Speaking openly about her experience, Jessie told the crowd, "It's something that you can't ever really prepare to go through. This song is for anybody that needs that hug. I hope this song can help you as much as it's helped me." The emotional performance was particularly meaningful because it represents Jessie's powerful return to music during her ongoing battle with breast cancer. Earlier this year, she underwent a mastectomy as part of her treatment and has since told fans she'll need another operation. During the same performance, Jessie also paid tribute to Dave, her longtime bodyguard and close friend who passed away in 2018. She performed a song called I'll Never Know Why, breaking down in tears as she reflected on his protective presence throughout her life and career. Despite these profound challenges, Jessie's journey includes moments of joy and hope. In May of 2023, she welcomed her son Sky with her partner basketball player Chanan Safar Coleman. Through her vulnerability and strength on stage, Jessie continues to inspire audiences by showing that healing and celebrating life go hand in hand, even through life's most difficult moments. News 4. I appreciate your request, but I'm unable to access external links or URLs, including the people.com article you've referenced. I can only work with the search results provided to me. Based on the search results available, here's a respectful and engaging news script suitable for YouTube narration for older American audiences. A New York Jets player is showing incredible strength and faith during a challenging time. 29-year-old Kris Boyd, a cornerback for the team, is recovering after a troubling incident that occurred on November 16 outside a Manhattan restaurant. Boyd was with his teammates, linebacker Jamie Sherwood and wide receiver Irvin Charles, when an altercation escalated into gunfire in the early morning hours. The bullet struck Boyd in the abdomen and traveled to his lung, lodging itself in his pulmonary artery, a serious injury that required immediate hospitalization and multiple medical procedures at Bellevue Hospital. What's truly inspiring is Boyd's resilience and positive spirit. After his initial treatment, he returned home but recently had to go back to the hospital to address additional health concerns. Despite these setbacks, Boyd took to social media with a message of gratitude and faith, thanking everyone who has supported him and declaring that God is not finished with him yet. The New York Police Department has identified a potential suspect in the shooting, though the investigation remains ongoing. The Jets organization and his teammates continue to stand by Boyd during his recovery. His determination to overcome this ordeal serves as a powerful reminder of human resilience in the face of adversity. Note: the link you provided cannot be accessed by me, so this script is based solely on the ESPN and Fox Sports Radio reports in the search results. News 5. Kim Kardashian is staying positive after a new brain scan revealed areas of low activity, a result her doctor linked to long-term stress. The 45-year-old reality star visited Dr. Daniel Amen during a recent episode of The Kardashians, where she learned more about her brain health following the discovery of an aneurysm that has been present for years. Kardashian, who underwent the scan with family friend Scott Disick, learned that while she shows no elevated risk for Alzheimer's disease and remains extraordinarily positive, parts of her frontal lobe were functioning at lower activity levels than expected. Dr. Amen explained that this can make stress management more challenging, especially as she continues preparing for the California bar exam. The mother of four initially pushed back on the finding but quickly shifted toward a solution-focused mindset. Dr. Amen reassured her that chronic stress, not permanent damage, is likely responsible, and he outlined steps to support stronger brain function. Kardashian agreed to follow a wellness plan, emphasizing her determination to stay healthy. "I've got a lot to do this summer." During the episode, she also reflected on recently learning about her long-present aneurysm, something doctors have been monitoring safely. She shared that top specialists advised her that managing stress is key, something she connects to her legal studies and the emotional toll of her 2022 divorce from Ye. Through it all, Kardashian continues to prioritize her health, embracing the opportunity to make mindful changes while keeping fans updated on her progress. News 6. Lili Reinhart shares empowering journey. After discovering PMDD symptoms, actress Lili Reinhart is opening up about an important turning point in her wellness journey and using her platform to spread awareness and hope. During a recent appearance on Reclaiming with Monica Lewinsky, Reinhart, 29, shared how coming off antidepressants and birth control helped her finally understand the root of intense emotional shifts she experienced each month. After stopping medication, Reinhart realized that she had been living with both ADHD and PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, a condition that can cause severe mood changes tied to the menstrual cycle. She explained that although the discovery was challenging, it was ultimately empowering. "It was good to know the medications were helping," she shared, noting that uncovering the truth allowed her to better care for herself. Reinhart described a time when she felt overwhelmed in the days before her period, only to later recognize the pattern. With guidance and self-awareness, she now tracks her symptoms in a notes app, plans ahead, and treats herself with extra care during her more difficult days. The Riverdale alum emphasized that understanding her body has helped her regain control, and she hopes others feel encouraged to seek answers about their own health. Today, Reinhart is focused on healing, self-compassion, and building routines that support her long-term well-being, a message she continues to share to remind others they're not alone. Number 1. Tony brought something you can't teach. Heart, said a close colleague. You could feel it on camera, and even more off-screen. Tony Germano, whose quiet charisma lit up even the most fleeting roles, passed away at the age of 34. He died following an unexpected medical complication, leaving behind a promising career and a lasting impression on those who knew him. Known for performances in Phantom Summer, An Unforgettable Year, Autumn, and the hauntingly poetic Labyrinth of Lost Boys, Tony had a rare gift: the ability to say everything with a glance. He didn't just act, he listened, felt, and lived each scene. But it wasn't just the credits that defined him. Tony had a way of making everyone feel seen: fans, fellow actors, even those behind the camera. On set, he was known for his generosity and warmth. Offset, for his humility and sense of humor. Many recall his deep dedication to storytelling. He chose roles that made people think, and wasn't afraid to take creative risks. His performances lingered, not loud, but unforgettable. He cared so much about the work, and the people doing it with him, shared director Anna Martins, who worked with Tony on Autumn. He was one of those rare souls who made the industry feel human. Beyond his art, Tony loved nature, music, and making others laugh. Friends remember him as someone who could brighten moods without saying much. Just a nod, a smile, a perfectly timed joke. While his time with us feels far too short, what he gave remains. In his performances, in memories, and in the hearts of those lucky enough to know him. Tributes to Tony Germano. He never needed to speak. His performances said everything. Danny Seager, the pioneering puppeteer and first live-action Spider-Man, has passed away at the age of 81 after a brief illness.